How likely is it that John McCain could come from behind and end up beating Barack Obama on Election Day? Well, one way to answer that question is to look at our Gallup poll history. What we find is, in general, the candidate who is ahead at this point a week or two before the election does go on to win. However, when there has been change, it has involved generally a tightening of the race. Let me show you a couple of examples here. First, 1980, that's the biggest example of where we saw major change. In fact, Gallup analysts at the time said this was the most significant change at the last minute they had ever seen up to that point. Jimmy Carter was the incumbent president. He had been ahead of Ronald Reagan among registered voters by up to 8 points. A week or two before that election, there was a debate in the last week before that election, and then Ronald Reagan surged from behind and ended up beating Jimmy Carter in the popular vote comfortably. Another example, 1968, Richard Nixon was ahead of Hubert Humphrey among registered voters comfortably a couple of weeks before the election. Then, on Election Day itself, Nixon won in the popular vote and won the Electoral College, of course, but won in the popular vote by just a very, very small percentage of the vote. Finally, let's look at 2000. George W. Bush, then the governor of Texas, was ahead of Al Gore, the vice president, by 4 or 6 points a week or two before that election. The race closed, and Al Gore actually ended up winning the popular vote by half a percentage point or so, even though, of course, as we all know, George W. Bush won the Electoral College and became the president. Bottom line out of all of this, change is possible. The lead that one candidate has over the other can narrow, but it is highly unusual that it narrows to the point where the person behind at this point goes on to win the presidency. So if McCain is able to come from behind and beat Barack Obama for president at this point, with Obama leading, it would be a highly unusual occurrence based on our Gallup poll history since World War II. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, editor-in-chief of the Gallup poll.